Hello, Nicole here. So today is a very special day. It's my daughter's 30th birthday. I cannot even believe that 30 years has gone by. Does not even seem possible, to be quite honest. Uh, so today is a day of reflection for me and celebration. And when I think about the moment that I met Kortney, I was so terrified. First child, birth. Uh, I really wanted my mom in the room, but my mom wasn't in the room with me. So, I was just really scared and a lot of pain. And birth was kind of took a side route. I started pushing, and they're like, I said, I'm feeling a lot of pain. And they're like, no, you're not, because you have an epidural. And I said, no, I definitely am feeling something, and it's definitely pain. And I think something's not right. And so the doctor takes a look and he says, oh, okay, well, next contraction, we're not going to push, just take a deep breath. And so as I'm taking a deep breath, he kind of pushes Kortney back in the birthing canal and rotates her and smooths her arm down along her side because she had her hand on her head. And so her elbow was hitting my pelvic bone and was not allowing her to come out. So no matter how hard I pushed, she wasn't going anywhere. So after he got her positioned, so that I could actually push, I was so fatigued at that point. I mean, I think we were 20, gosh, how many hours in? 27 hours in maybe at that point. And, uh, and so the doctor looks at me and he says, you need a little help. Now, mind you, my doctor was an older gentleman. I want to say that he was 70, in his 70s. I can't remember specifically how old he was, but I was terrified to be stuck with him in the delivery room because the few interactions I had had with him, during pregnancy just weren't real, didn't make me feel warm and fuzzy inside, to be quite honest. And I wanted the other doctor that had been my main provider. But of course, as the universe, God, whoever decides, uh, I got the older doctor who ended up being the most amazing spirit that I needed in that moment. And so I, later understood why I was gifted that doctor and not the doctor I wanted. But she ended up being a forceps baby. So, he says, you need help. I'm going to have to use the forceps. And at that point, I don't have any energy to fight. So whatever you got to do, just do it and make sure that my baby's okay. So delivery went smooth at that point, and she didn't even have a mark on her. He did such an amazing job. But when I looked into those amazing little eyes, oh my gosh. And I was so overwhelmed with happiness and excitement and fear because I had such a huge responsibility. Oh my gosh, I've got this human life that I somehow created and now am responsible for maintaining until she was, able to do it herself. So the journey has been the most beautiful and amazing and magical, and there's just, I don't have enough beautiful words to express what Kortney has brought into my life. I knew that first day that she was going to teach me lessons that only a child could teach. She would bring wisdom that only a child could bring. She would give me love that only a child, a daughter, could offer. She's been everything that I thought that she could be and more. She has taken the best of me, redesigned, and then personalized. Perfectly Kortney. Watching her grow has been such an amazing honor and gift. Kortney spent many, many years on the stage. She was a classically trained ballerina from the age of 4 to college. So I got to see her blossom and grow on the stage as well as at home. I remember when she was, this is probably one of my favorite stories of Kortney. I have so many favorite stories of Kortney. We could be here all day, folks. But one of my favorite Kortney stories is when she was in preschool. I was in college at JCC, Jamestown Community College, and there was a little boy in her class who was very shy. He definitely had some adjustment issues, and his safe place was underneath the table, and that is where he wanted to remain hiding for most of the morning. And it was distracting to the other students and to the teachers because, there's this kid under the table and they want him to engage and interact and participate. And so Kortney, it was her first day of school, and I don't even think it was her first day of school. I think it was it was our meet and greet. We were just going to take a look at the class and meet the teacher. And so when we walk in, immediately Kortney notices that there's a little boy under the table, and her attention then is drawn to the child underneath the table, and she goes over and starts interacting. And the next thing you know, the little boy is coming out from underneath the table and they're playing, and the teacher's looking at me going, "Oh, well, that is not normally how the day unfolds. And this is amazing. Is there any way that you could bring Kortney in a little, when he arrives instead of, the time that you requested, because it would be amazing if we could get him acclimated and engaged." And I said, "Well, sure. What time does he come in?" So it ended up being that I got like free daycare for a whole hour before I needed to even take her to school, because Kortney was doing therapy work at 3 years old. So that was my Kortney. Ah, goodness. And now let's fast forward to present day. Because again, like I said, we would be here all day if I shared every amazing story about Kortney. But present day, here she is, 30 years old, my best friend. Kortney is grounding. She is insightful. She is sweet. She is kind. She is worldly. She is intelligent. There are so many words, beautiful words, that I could attach to Kortney, but it will never paint you the picture. Kortney is one of those people that you just need to be around so that you can get the full experience. So Kortney, here's to you. Happy birthday, my beautiful girl. I love you.